Pink.
Pink!
Pink.
The Pink Room. I'm here with Stanford head coach Tara VanDerveer. Tara, thanks for joining us at the Pink Room.
Thanks, Roz.
You know, Tara, I'm really excited for you guys. You have a big game coming up this Tuesday against Tennessee, and naturally a lot of the attention is focused on Pat Summitt and her personal battles. How deeply have you allowed yourself to ponder over Pat Summitt's battle with early onset dementia?
You know, Roz, it's just like a shocking thing that I heard this summer when Pat announced it to pretty much everyone. It's sad. I can't believe it, but she's decided to go on and coach, and so when we have the game, I think about it before the game, I'll think about it after the game. The game itself, though, will be focused on what's going on between those lines, and she will be too.
I imagine that would be the case. After the game, do you plan on anything, interactions?
I'm sure I will see her before the game. I've spoken with her, and we're looking at Stanford to really, she's making a point of trying to educate people about early onset Alzheimer's, dementia, and I've gone to Google and kind of looked and read about it just because I really don't know that much about it. And through our neurology department here at Stanford, we're going to do some more awareness. And Pat has a foundation that she's starting. We would like to find a cure. And she is not just a great coach and a great person, but what a great pioneer to put this out there for people to talk about, and not just sweep it under the rug and say this isn't happening.
And has her situation ever made you consider your own viability as a human being, that, for all of us one day, we're not going to be what we are right now?
I have to say that through playing Tennessee and through knowing Pat, I've learned so much. Like every year, like we scheduled Tennessee in the beginning because Jennifer Azzi was from there. And why couldn't she have been from like Indiana or something? No, we're going to play Tennessee every year. And we don't have a contract with them, we just play them. And every year they're like one of the very toughest games on our schedule. So we know it's a barometer for us. We know, we're going to get better because of playing them. To me, it's a win-win. We're going to get better, or if we win the game, then that's great and it helps your confidence. But if you don't, you learn what you need to do. So we have benefited so much, and I think the question and the point that you make is, what else have you learned from Pat? Her putting herself out there really says a lot to me. And the fact that you have to appreciate every day that you have your team, because you really don't know what's going to happen. And I never would have thought this in a million years, and probably she didn't either.
You and Pat Summitt, when you started your careers, the women's basketball frontier was untouched. Pretty much the game went where you took it. And now because of your efforts, there's major success, and there's also some added complexities. How would you like to see the younger generation of coaches coming up? What steps would you like to see them take following in the footsteps of pioneers like you and Pat Summitt?
Well, Roz, I think there's so many things. First of all, Pat was a head coach when she was like 22 years old, and I was one when I was like 24 years old. And those opportunities don't really happen for young coaches that much now. At a Tennessee or at Ohio State or Stanford or where I was at Idaho. But in our situation with being young coaches and having had that opportunity, I think what I like the young coaches to see is that the game is great, the competition is great, but you can be friends too. You don't have to be, this doesn't have to be cutthroat. This can be collaborative. I've learned a lot from Pat. She's helped me a lot. And hopefully playing Stanford has been beneficial to Tennessee and to their program.
Now, Tara, if you had the chance to give a message to Pat Summitt, what would you say to her?
Well, Roz, I've spoken to her on the phone, and we're very excited that her team is playing. More than anything, I'm really thankful for the opportunity to play Tennessee every year. And again, we never sign a contract. We find dates. We've never had any issues with scheduling it because it has helped our team and has helped me so much as a coach. But my message to Pat is that myself, our staff, our players, our fans are 100% supportive of her and her battle with dementia and early onset Alzheimer's. That we are one behind her. We back her. And more than anything, you know, as great a coach as Pat is, she's a better person. And, you know, we love Pat and we care about her.
Thanks, Tara.
Pink.
Pink!
Pink.
The Pink Room.